Yes, I remember that the Sunday we went to León, and the Monday we went to Guanajuato. Was a good weekend.
Sunday you went to Leon and Monday to Guanajuato.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, was Monday.
Monday. This Monday. Oh, very nice. Very
Yes, I know
nice.
that the day of that is the 2nd of November, but we went to the 1st of November.
Very nice. And in Guanajuato, what did you visit?
Uh, well, in Guanajuato, actually, in this moment are like altars and people wear like Katrina. I don't know how to say in English, but
Katrina is Katrina, yeah, the disguise.
yeah.
Huh? Okay. Did you visit the dam of La Olla?
No, no.
You didn't.
We visit the Midtown in Centro,
Downtown, downtown.
the downtown. Yeah,
Oh, I see.
and you?
Okay. Did you go there too, Mitch, or it was only Mickey?
Uh, was Michelle too? I don't know what happened with her.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, I went to Guanajuato too. Uh, Guanajuato is always pretty. Uh, I don't know how to say bonito instead of cute. Uh,
Pretty, pretty.
Pretty is is really pretty. The buildings and well, the energy of that is pretty happy. But this time, I don't know. My mom always said, "Wow, gonna be a really big event for the Days of Death," but we're waiting around 3 hours for a I don't know how to say desfile.
Parade,
Rave?
parade,
Rave?
parade,
Array?
parade,
Okay.
parade, parade, parade.
Parade? But the desfile, the parade
The parade.
was pretty lame, in my opinion. Anyways, well, Guanajuato is pretty. That's the point.
Yeah, that's true. Very pretty. Yeah, it's a pretty town, and people come from all over the world to see it. They check it, and here it is. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I went to Guanajuato too, but I went to the other side of the city. I went to the Dam of La Olla, and I went to the place by close by San Javier on the other side of the city, and then to the Sierra also. There's a small cottage over there,
I
and
love that.
it's,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
those are nice places. Okay, well, here is. Uh, but we were talking the other day about prepositions, right? And I believe
Yes.
this now we are going to do some stative verbs exercises. Stative verbs exercises here, where we talk about professions with related activities. I don't think we have done this. Let's see if we can do it, please.
Yes,
Accountant,
sure.
engineer. Let's see that. Who can do the first one, please? Who can do
Me.
account? Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Um, I read the first sentence.
Yes, please.
Okay. Represents a client in court when pleading or defending a case. Is I can see all the options.
Okay. Let me do this like that. Is that okay like that?
Yes, sure. Thank you. Uh, I think that is attorney.
Attorney. That's correct. Exactly right. That's exactly right. Attorney is a person that represents a planning court when pleading. Pleading is how do you consider yourself in a case? How do you plead? they asked Bill Clinton, Mr. President, how do you plead in this case? And he said, I pled innocent. He considered himself innocent when there was the impeachment process. Same thing happened with Donald Trump when they asked him, how do you plead yourself? He says, I pled myself innocent.
Mhm.
Well, that's
Okay.
attorney. How about the next one, Mitch, please?
Yeah. Um, writes screenplays on which mass media, such as films, television programs, and video games, are based by a screenwriter.
Screenwriter. That is exactly right. Perfect. Screenwriter. So we have screenwriter. Right. Oops, I don't know what I did. I shouldn't have written that. Screenwriter. Perfect. And let's do the next one, please. Mickey.
Yes, sure. Designs, constructs, and maintains public works such as roads, bridges, canals, dams, airports, sewerage systems, pipelines, structural components of buildings, and railways. Is civil engineer.
Civil engineer. Perfect. That's absolutely right. Civil engineer. Designs. All right. Perfect. Civil engineer. The next one, please, Mitch.
Yep. Mm, um, helps people to learn. Teacher.
Teacher. That's right.
Mhm. What is an attorney? Attorney.
Abogado.
Attorney. It's abogado. Yes.
Is called to like lawyer, right?
Lawyer.
Yeah.
Lawyer or attorney. Right. That is correct.
What is
They
the
call him
difference?
a lawyer is more general. It's any person that is with the law, right? An attorney is the person that defends a client. There can be a fiscal lawyer. Fiscal lawyer is a person that represents the state to accuse, process, and convict people. In the case of
Okay.
a fiscal attorney, a fiscal lawyer, he can also accuse a person representing the state.
Okay.
Lawyer is more general.
Okay.
Okay, let's do the last one, please. Repairs. The last one. Who can do the
It's
last one,
me.
please?
It's
Repairs
Mickey.
and exam. Okay,
Yes,
Mickey,
sure.
please.
The person examines financial records and makes sure that records are accurate and that the taxes are paid properly and on time. Is accountant.
Accountant. What you can see from the definitions, they normally have different verbs for each one of them. Which are the verbs that most struck your mind, your memory? You say, I like this description of this person. We were
Mm,
to choose 3 or 4 favorite verbs.
maybe have.
With which is that? Uh,
Oh, in the sentences.
in the
Uh,
sentences, which are the verbs that you see as most interesting, that you prefer these verbs?
maybe could be uh, examines. I don't know how to say examines.
Examines,
Examines.
examines financial records. All right, examines financial records. Examines, all right. Another verb that you like, Mitch,
Um, that I like.
that you like, yes, that you find this verb nice, that you say this verb is okay, is nice, that you would use.
Uh, defending a case or pleading or defending a case.
Pleading or defending a case. Yeah, I like this verb too. Pleading. He's pleading guilty, he's pleading innocent. One more, Mickey, that you like, please. One more verb that you
Mm,
like.
um, paid, paid properly.
Paid properly. Taxes are paid properly. Yeah, very nice. And one more that you like, Mitch? One more verb that you like.
Mm, mm, represents a client in court.
Represents a country. Okay, these are all active verbs because there is an. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, Mickey. These
Mhm.
are active verbs because they represent actions. We're referring to action verbs, right? You do something. Um, Other verbs in general that people like, let's say action verbs that we like. Let's write some more action verbs, and we're going to notice the tremendous difference between action verbs and stative verbs. Action verbs are actions that represent an action. For example, some verbs that I like are build or construct, build, design, not necessarily here, anywhere. Design, paint. Uh, Actually, the verb of think, well, think is not an action verb. Paint, um, resolve. Other verbs, Mickey or Mitch, that you like, in addition to these ones, that you think are strong verbs, like argue.
Mm, fix.
Fix is a nice verb. Fix, negotiate. Another verb, Mitch.
Action verbs. Action verbs.
Yes, yes.
Uh, pay,
Pay. Um, Bid,
Work.
examinate,
work, examine,
To
nate,
dance.
dance, swim. Uh,
kill,
which?
um,
Heal.
uh-huh,
Heal. Disguise. Decoy, etc. We have lots of action verbs. They all represent actions, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and these all are actions that do something. For example, you build a car. What do you build, Mickey? What can you build?
Mm, a bridge,
A
for
bridge. What?
example.
What? A bridge. What can you design, Mitch?
um, how can I say logo?
A logo. Design a logo.
Ah,
Design a
no.
logo. What can you paint, Mickey?
Paint.
Paint. Yes. What can you paint?
A wall.
A wall. What can you resolve, Mitch?
Math problem.
Right, very. You will solve a math problem. Right, excellent. What? No, here's not what. Where do you fight? Who can fight?
Sorry, teacher. Could you repeat it?
Who can fight? Or where do people fight? Or why do people fight? Let's make a sentence. Fight. Or where do people fight? Or yeah, why do people fight?
Okay. In a ring.
Fight in a rink. Okay, rink. Okay, perfect. Uh, who do you argue with, Mitch? Argue with?
What means art?
To have an argument is like a discutir or
Ah,
to have a verbal fight.
With my mom.
Mom, that's natural, right? All of us argue with mom or with dad.
Yeah.
That has no copyright. That's a universal
Yeah.
thing. Okay, fix. What can you fix, Mickey?
Mm, my computer.
What do you negotiate? Do you negotiate an
A
agreement,
price
a price? Perfect. Who do you accuse, Mickey?
My sister.
uh,
My sister. My sister took my teddy bear, right? Or my chocolate.
Hmm.
Okay, forgive. Who do you forgive, Mitch?
mm, my ex
My ex. You forgive him. Okay, pay. Who do you pay, or what do you pay, or yeah, what do you pay for? You pay for your earphones, you for your uh, cell phone. What do you pay for? Pay
Mm,
for earphones, for
for
example.
my mentality in the gym.
For the gym. Pay for the gym. Pay for the gym. What do you dig? Well, you probably dig a hole, right? I dig a hole
for a treasure.
or a treasure. Dig a treasure. Perfect. A treasure. Treasure. You dig a treasure. Work. Where do you work?
Um, in
Where do
in
you
the Bimbo.
Ah,
In
work
Bimbo.
at Bimbo?
At
Okay.
Bimbo.
What do you examine, or what do you examine, Mitch?
uh, how can I say muestra of
A
science
sample.
stuff?
A
Sample.
sample. Simple. Simple. Examine a sample. Where do you dance? What do you dance? Why do you dance, Mickey?
Mm, I dance in the Paris.
In Paris. I dance in Paris. Paris in general. Okay. Where do you swim, Mitch?
For a contest. And in a pool for a
Swim
contest.
for a contest. Swimming contest. Fantastic. Ouch. In a contest. Very good. How do you feel, Mickey? How do you feel?
Mm, good. Hmm.
I feel good. I
A
feel
little bit
good. I
tired.
feel just okay. A bit tired. I feel a bit tired. These guys.
What do you mean
Uh,
that?
disfrazarse.
Uh,
This guy
These guys.
is not like ocultarse too.
Is what?
Like ocultarse.
Ocultarse, ocultarse también. Disfrazarse, ocultarse. Yes. These guys.
could be of a soldier.
These guys of red soldier. Very good. And decoy.
What is the
What?
coit?
Decoy is like distraer, disimular. For example, when you launch, when you send a military aircraft, you normally send decoys which are going to confuse the opponent's military, right? Like a
Like señuelo?
distractores, señuelos, right? Exactly. But in this case, like lanzar un señuelo, right? Something that distracts you, that makes you believe it's something different. So you decoy your opponent, or you decoy your weapons, right? For example,
Yeah.
you decoy your aircraft, military aircraft, decoy your military aircraft. Okay, these are all active verbs because they do actions, they represent something. But when we talk about stative verbs, that is totally different. It's a different story. They do not describe actions, they describe something totally different. They describe an action that makes another action. For example, Mitch, can you read the stated verbs description, please?
Uh, where?
I'm not sharing. I'm sorry. Here in the no, yeah, here I think I'm sharing. Am I not? Let me see.
Yes, but where?
Here, where it says
Which part?
stative verbs.
Stative verbs. Okay.
Please.
Stative words do not describe actions. They refer to thinking, belief, imagine, know, mean, think, existence, be, exist, emotions, hate, like, love, need, prefer, satisfy, want, the human senses, hear, see, smell, sound, taste, appearance, appear, look, resemble, seem.
And I think the one more, which is possession.
Oh, possession and relationships ships between things belong to, consists of, have, include, involve, own.
All right. So they are not verbs that make actions, but they represent thinking, existence, emotions, the human senses, appearance, possession, and relationships. So that is a totally different type of verbs. Let's see on the right, Mickey, if you can please read the circle on the right like a pizza.
Yes, I have a bus ticket. I'm having problems with the computer. She looks great. She's looking at her watch.
Right.
She's looking
And
at her watch.
yes, can you please read the square above, please, where it says some verbs?
Yes, sure. Some verbs be, have, imagine, look, see, smell are stative with one meaning and non-stative with another.
What means stative?
Staticus, stative, staticus, right?
Okay.
They are like not representing an action, but something that have to do with a state of mind, the way things are. For example, she looks great. She's not looking at anything. She looks right. Se ve bien. Right? She looks great. Um, I she the fruit smells delicious. The fruit is not moving. The fruit is not doing an action. It only smells. The fruit smells delicious. The flower smells great,
Okay.
right? So
Okay.
are verbs that do not necessarily represent, not necessarily, they don't represent actions, but states, situations in which things or objects or even people are, right? For example, if I say, the kids look quiet, the kids look quiet, is that a stative verb or an action verb? For example, I'm going to say this, I'm going to put these two examples, and please let me know if they are stative verbs. If I say, the the students look quiet. What type of verb is this? Stative, that is only representing how a person looks, or an action verb? How is this? Stative or action verb? Stative
Stative.
or action? Yes, exactly. Give me an example, please, using the verb look in which he's doing an action. An example in which he is doing an action.
Mm,
Look.
Look, with the verb look. Yes, please.
Um.
An
mm,
example
the
like that.
students look the teacher, look the class,
The students are looking
are
at
looking.
the, okay, the students are looking at the teacher, right? The students are looking at the teacher. Very good.
okay.
Excellent. So these are totally different applications of the verb look. The students look quiet, the students are looking at the teacher. Well, let's go to another verb. Let's do exercise B, please. Circle the right word or phrase. Can you read the instructions, Mitch, please?
Circle the right word or phrase.
Yes, 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 please.
Okay. I don't believe. I'm not believing the CB was a love invention.
Perfect.
I
Okay. So what do you think the answer should be?
uh,
Don't believe I'm not believing.
I don't believe.
I don't believe.
Right, exactly. I don't believe. I don't believe. Very good. Number two, please.
She thinks or she's thinking of starting a new business.
Salud.
Uh, she thinks.
She thinks. Well, what do you think, Mitch? She thinks or she's thinking?
She thinks.
She thinks. Uh, well, in this moment, she's thinking of starting a business because is an action that she's doing in this moment. So would be more appropriate only in this case to say she's thinking of starting a business.
Um, she thinks it's in past.
Oh, she thinks it's in simple present, but it's an action that should be a routine, and she's thinking is in this moment or in this period in this season. She's thinking.
For
What I
example, teacher, I have
yes,
a question.
yes,
If we translate this sentence in Spanish, uh, it's gonna be like ella está pensando. Eh, bueno, es que siento que thinking and starting is like thinking, pensando, and starting, empezando. I
right.
don't know
Está
that.
pensando en empezar un new business. She's thinking of. Okay, I understand what you're saying. Está
Why did
pensando
change?
está pensando en empezar un negocio. You can also say um, thinking of. Normally they go together. Think or thinking. But thinks is used when you have a routine. She thinks, for example, she thinks about her family all the time. She thinks about her family all the time. I know that it
Okay.
sounds weird about her family all the time, or she usually thinks about her family. You use the present simple in English for routines. She thinks about her family all the time. Or also Mickey. You can also say she no she usually thinks of her design class. She usually thinks of her design class. Because it's a frequent activity,
Okay.
you use the present simple. But when it's
Yes.
in this
Well,
moment, in this period,
mhm.
all right. So she's thinking of starting a business.
Yes. Well, I have the fake idea like thinking is like pensando and starting is like empezando.
Yeah, no,
And
that
on my
is
uh,
okay. Okay, yeah, but remember that some verbs are also represented as substantives when you put the ing. For example,
yeah.
I love. You can say this. I love gardening. I
Mhm.
hate smoking. Yes, this is correct too. I
Yes.
can't. Okay, you can say she is thinking of changing uh, changing careers, right? Or she's
Yeah.
changing her new dress. This is correct. This is correct.
Yeah, that's true, teacher. I remember. Uh, when we add the s is like in routines or habits, right?
Exactly. Perfect. Yeah, that's absolutely
Yes,
right.
I remember.
Very good. Very good, Nick.
Sorry.
No, don't worry. No, thank you. Thanks for clarifying this. Let's do number three, please.
Um, those flowers smell awesome.
Yes, very good. It does smell awesome. What is the name of the cat?
Ronnie.
Ronnie,
Ronnie. You told me that before. Nice. Thinking.
he's
I don't
always
believe.
running.
Yeah, so sweet, huh? Let's do the next one, please. Number 4, please.
Uh, you are being too strict with your children.
Exactly. In this moment, right?
Hello, teacher. Sí.
Okay. Would your dad say hello to him for me, please?
Yes,
Um,
teacher.
yes. You are being too strict with your children. That's in this moment, right? In this case, if you believe that the person is all the time very strict, you can also say you are very strict with your children.
Okay.
But if you refer to this moment, for example, Daddy, can I watch TV for 2 minutes? No, you can. Oh, you're being too strict with the kids, with the children, right? But if that is a normal conduct, you can say you are. So some of these actually accept both answers.
Okay. What is more common? Only like you are. To say
Yes,
you are.
you are. Yes. Okay, let's do number 5, Mitch, please.
Mm, the puppy is smelling the crackers. I, I
Is that
caray. I,
puppy? It's
Smells.
smelling the crackers, you said, right?
I
Puppy,
said smelling.
yeah, that's right. It's smelling the crackers. The puppy is smelling the crackers. And you believe or you're believing? What do you say?
I'm believing.
No, you believe.
I believe.
Normally,
I believe.
believe never goes in believing. Only occasionally. But normally say believe. I believe
Okay.
you feel, right? And you think
The
they are believing in this moment or they normally smell? Is it
okay.
normal smell or is only this moment?
Smell.
They smell strange. They smell strange. They smell strange. So can you read the complete sentence number 5, Mitch, please?
The puppy is smelling the crackers. I believe they smell strange.
Very good. Number 6. Number 6.
Doctors seem to love pets.
Yes, exactly. Sin. They normally believe and sin normally go only in simple present, normally. I believe we have a rule here. Let me see. And if I put it here, and believe here more resembles sin. Some verbs go both in present simple or present continuous, right? Like be, have, imagine, look, see, or smell. They can be stative or action verbs. And some others like these ones only go in normally in present simple. Let's do number 6, 7, please. I'm sorry.
Which
Um, Rolf is a name.
Rolf, yes,
Or
Ralph or Rolf in German. Rolf
okay. What
is Ralph.
means resemble?
Recuerda, semeja, se asemeja, recuerda.
Okay. Rolf
yeah.
resembles his father a lot.
Perfect, yes. Rolf resembles. Very good job. Number 8, Mickey, please.
The workers appear to be honest.
Appear, perfect, excellent. So let's do a little practice in which we use all these verbs in a sentence. Do you want to work here or you prefer to work in Jamboard, Mickey?
Mm,
Here.
here is okay, sure.
It's okay, all right. So let's do a sentence with the word, with the verbs believe, think, think, smell, be, seem, and resemble. Let's do one, please. One each. So let's do a sentence with each of them, please.
Um, in positive or negative, or
Either way, you can say do it affirmative or
okay.
negative as you wish. For example, I believe, I don't believe.
Mm, I believe in God.
Yeah, I believe in God. But in this case, let me see. I believe in God. Oh, okay, why don't we rephrase it a little bit, Mickey? Just a little. I believe God exists. Why don't we say I believe God exists?
Exist.
Because normally you associate it with another verb. Like in this case, I don't believe the city was. Was is a verb to be in past tense, right? So you normally, I believe God exists. Right? So I believe. What do you believe? Believe God exists.
I believe God exists.
All right. One sentence with believe, Mitch, please.
Mm,
Affirmative or negative or even or
I,
interrogative.
I started with a stative
Stative,
verb.
stative verbs, please.
Uh, I believe that today gonna rain.
But today what?
Gonna rain.
Let's see. I believe that today is gonna rain. Excellent. And I will make a question. Do you believe that do you believe that there will be an earthquake this year? Right, that's another question.
Hmm.
Do you believe whatever, right? Do you believe earthquake? There will be an
Mm,
earthquake this year.
what was an earthquake?
Terremoto.
Terremoto. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Bless you,
Nice to
teacher.
you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's do one with think. Think.
Uh,
Think what? What do you think, Mickey?
I'm thinking of starting a new book.
I'm thinking of starting a new book. Perfect. One with think. Mitch, please.
Mm, I think that. Oh my god. Oh, I think that that gosh, that cat gonna climb the tree. John?
Thinking that adults behave. It's actually behave, not. behave more intuitively or analytically, right? Okay, very good. Let's do one. Let's do one. Let's do one, please. Let's do one with smell. One with smell, please.
Yes,
Smell.
sure. Um, these perfumes, I say it right.
These perfumes.
Uh, smell awesome.
These perfumes smell awesome. Very good. One more, Mitch, please.
Could be, oh my god, your mouth smell like garbage.
Mouth like garbage. Okay. All right. Okay, now let's see. Do carnations smell more deeply than other flowers that you like?
Mm,
More fresh
Rose?
or fresher? Do carnations smell nicer? Carnations is claveles, right?
yes.
Than begonias or other flowers that you like?
How do you say tulipanes? Tulipans?
Tulips.
Tulips.
Tulips. Tulips.
Tulips.
Do carnations smell nicer than tulips? Right, very good. Excellent examples. Let's do one with B. One with B. With sim, one with resemble. Okay, excellent. So let's do one with B, sim or resemble. Can you do
Mm,
one with B, please? He is, you are, they are, I am.
he's being too rude with his partners.
Being too rude with his partners. Very good. Excellent. Another one, next, please.
You are being too creative in this project. I like it.
Very good. Perfect. Let's go directly to seem. She seems to be, she seems to like, they seem to love, they seem to, parecen ser, parecen querer, gustar, etc., right? They seem to, or he seems to. Can we do one like this, Mickey, please? Seems to, or seem to, we seem to, right, etc., whatever you think.
Uh, he seems to kind.
Seems to be kind,
Seems to be
seems to
kind
be, seems to be kind with his people or with his friends or
with his friends.
with his friends. She what?
She seems
She seems
to be an energy person.
an energetic person. Very
Energetic.
good. All right. Do they seem do they seem okay, here's one. Do they seem like they love pets? Do they seem like? You can also seems like. It seems like or seems to. They are both possible. Seems to or seems like. She seems like she loves pets, or he seems like he loves cats, or he seems like he loves dogs. Seems like and seems to are both applications of the verb seem, right? Parece que, parece como que, right? And then the last one is please resemble, resemble. She resembles his dad a lot. She resembles her grandma, her grandpa, whatever, right? So let's do one with resemble, Mickey, please.
Mm, the workers resemble to the boss a lot.
Resemble their boss a lot. The workers resemble their boss a lot. Okay. Resemble is not remember. Remember is in your mind. Oh, I am thinking of. It's not a mental consideration, but it's an appearance, right? It's a physical appearance or in behavior appearance. It's an appearance, right? The workers resemble their boss a lot, probably because they behave the same or for any other reason. Okay.
Okay, yes, but it's in question of behave, right? No, it's for example in aspects of physics or something like that.
No,
Resemble.
no, 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 no. What
No.
I mean is, you can say, I remember my grandpa because I'm thinking of him, right?
Hmm.
But if my facial features are similar to my grandpa, then I resemble my grandpa. I
Oh.
resemble my grandpa. So I resemble my grandpa because I'm physically similar to my grandpa. But if I am having feeling nostalgic, oh, my grandpa was a great person, so I say, I remember my grandpa. Yes, if it
I
is
see.
something like sudden, like in this moment, hey,
Hmm.
that is my parent. I remind your grandpa. So, hey, grandpa, don't forget to come to the party. Remind, I reminded my grandpa. Hey,
Okay.
grandpa, don't forget to come to the party. So there are three apparently similar verbs, but they are totally different. Resemble, remember, and remind.
Okay.
Remind is, hey, Mickey, don't forget there is a movie at
Hmm.
Cinepolis on Saturday. Oh yes, remember is when you are thinking of someone, right? Mitch is thinking of her classmates in this moment. And resemble is that your facial features look very similar to your dad, your mom, your grandpa, etc.
Okay, teacher. No, well, I'm gonna fix my sentence.
Okay, okay. So let's see. All right, no problem. Let's do one more, Mickey.
Yes. She resembles her grandma.
Perfect. Resembles her grandma. Can you do one, Mitch, please?
Could be. Oh my God. Those two girls resemble me to us when we were children.
Mm, that would be reminded me. Those two girls reminded me
Oh,
the time when we were children. That would be the application of that of this sentence, Mitch. Those two girls reminded me of the time when we were children. Resemble is like the first phrase. Her grandma, she resembles her grandma. Looks like her mom, her grandma. Se parece, se semeja physically. Me recuerda a su mamá.
then could be the people says that I resemble them to my dad.
That I resemble my dad. Perfect. Yes. People say, people say that I resemble my dad. People say that I resemble my dad. People say that I resemble my dad a lot or a little or somehow. Very good, excellent. Good sentences. Very good. So let me put all this together. You can take a screen. Well, you can actually watch the video, right? Because we are recording it. Good job, guys. Very good job. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot. Um, let's continue with the next section, please. Let's do exercise C. Can you guys read it, Mickey, Mitch?
Sorry, my microphone was off.
No.
Um, Grade S if the verb acts as a stative verb, or A if it is an action verb.
Okay.
The first one is we are researching a cure for diabetes, and is A,
An action verb. Very good. Excellent. That's an
an
action
action
verb.
verb.
Perfect. A. What about number two, Mitch?
¿Tienes tu micrófono?
I think that's a difficult task for an action work. S.
S. Steady. Very good. Perfect. Normally, when you have a steady verb, you have a second verb in the sentence, normally. There's not only one verb, but two verbs. So can you do number three, Mickey?
Yes, sure. Uh, they mean we have good doctors. Is S?
Is what?
S?
S, correct. Very good. Then, and the next one, please. Number four, Mitch, please.
Some projects appear to be hard. S.
S, very good, excellent. And number five,
The more we try better, the better. A.
is an action verb, right? Excellent. I am sure this is not your first encounter with steady verbs. How do you consider them in general? How do you assess them?
Like thugs.
Really? Why?
Uh, like thugs. Like pensamientos.
Thoughts,
Thugs. What I
thoughts,
said.
thogs. I thought you were saying thogs.
What's that?
Thog? A thog? You look that up in the dictionary. I thought you were saying that. I don't know why.
Oh boy. What means that? Thugs. Ah, my goodness.
Thog. He's a thog. She's a thog. They are a thog. I am a thog.
Thug.
Thus. Thugs.
So thugs. Thugs.
What does it say?
Thugs.
It's like
Thug.
matones.
Right.
Ah.
Right. No, but I understand that what you mean is like thoughts. Thoughts, yes. Actually, they come from the word think, right? I think, I consider, I imagine, I believe. Yeah, it's a thought. It's a thought. You're right. It's a thought. It's a consideration, a thought, an opinion. I consider, I think, I believe, I imagine, I understand. Understand, for example, I think some women are simply bright. I think, I imagine bright. I imagine is the same. I consider, I assume. A lot of verbs are similar. Assume. Another one that you remember, Mickey, similar to this. I assume, I believe, I consider.
I
You give your opinion. I understand.
I believe.
I believe. I believe. I I am sure. I am sure of what? Well, then you give your opinion, right? I'm sure. Another one that you believe that you think of, Mitch, I think, I imagine, I consider, I assume, I understand, I believe, I'm sure. Adelante.
Mm, I resemble. Me? Teacher, I think you have your micro off.
Thank you, thanks. Yeah, I resemble my mother. I resemble my father in the eyebrows and in the eyes. I resemble my grandma in the nose. I resemble my grandpa in the chin. So yeah, that's not necessarily giving your opinion, but it's also stative verbs, right? Stative verb. Okay, guys, very good. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot. Let's now take a look at the comparisons with than and the definite article the. You know the application of the when you are specific about something. That's very clear in English. When you say nature is beautiful, but you say the nature specific of a state or a city or a season, then you say the nature, right? For example, I love nature. Nature.
Mhm.
Then the nature of Chiapas is great. When you are specific, then you use the word the. And when you
Okay.
talk in general, you don't say the nature. I love nature. That is actually the characteristic of the word the, right? And you use that in every substantive. For example, water is necessary. Necessary, right? To live. Water is necessary to live. I don't know if I'm sharing. Am I sharing the screen? Yes, I'm sharing, right?
Yes, sir. Mhm.
Water is necessary to live. Uh, the water of my jar is very fresh. I'm being specific of which water, or the one of my jar, or
Mhm.
the water of my bottle, whatever you want to use, bottle, is very fresh. So that is an important application of the article the. For example, how do you say la gente es buena por naturaleza? How do you say that?
Um, the people is good by
People
nature.
People
are
are good
By
by
nature.
by
nature.
nature.
By nature,
Nature.
exactly. People are good by nature. Exactly. You don't say the people, you say the nature, right? Another similar sentence to this, would you state a universal fact, Mickey, please, something that you consider is a universal truth.
Um, mm, Kids are born like good persons.
People, like
People.
good human beings. All right, very good. Kids are born like good human beings. Excellent.
So,
Another one,
teacher,
Mitch. Yes.
in conclusion, when we say the is like for specific or
Exactly. Specific. You want to be
okay.
specific. For example, you can say the kids, the kids of the kids of my brother uh, love to swim. The kids, which kids am I talking about? Specifically the kids of my brother. I'm not talking about all the kids. I'm talking about only the kids of my brother. That's why I want to be specific. I
Oh,
say the. But only in
mhm.
that case. In Spanish, we use the for general. items and specific items. We
Yeah.
say la naturaleza es bella, right? But in other languages, like even Russian, you say that's why you, for example, if you know a Russian person, they will say naturaleza es bonita. No, it's not naturaleza es bonita. It's la naturaleza es bonita, right? They say that because in Spanish we use the for general situations and specific situations. But in English, in Russian, and other languages, German, you only use the when you want to become specific, not in the general sense. That's a difference
Okay.
of the languages. Some languages, not all of them. For example, French is like Spanish. All the Latin languages have this article the to express general or specific things, but not the Saxon and other languages. So the kids of my brother love to swim. That is the application of the word the article the. Okay.
I didn't know that. Thank you, teacher.
Yes, no problem, no problem. Well, one more example, then something new for you. Let's say, how do you say? Okay, this is another example. Me gusta la química. How do you say that, Mickey or Mitch?
I like chemistry.
Excellent. Yes, I like chemistry. Perfect. You don't say the chemistry. I like chemistry. Um, how do you say another similar example, Mickey, please?
Mm, I love pets.
Right. In Spanish, you would say amo o me encantan las mascotas, right? You put the word the, but in
Hmm.
English, it's not necessary because you're speaking in general.
Yeah.
Except if you are being specific, right? I love, even if you say small pets, it's general. So if you wanted to specify, I love the pets of my grandma. Okay, which pets do you love? The ones of my grandma. Then you are being specific. In this case, you put the. In this case, you specify the pets of my grandma. Grandma actually has a D here. Right?
For example, mm, can we say I love penguins? We know that there exists a lot of different species of penguins, but if I say I love penguins, it's like in general,
Absolutely
all
right.
the
Yeah, this is
types.
perfect. I
Mhm.
love penguins. Um,
Mhm.
if you wanna say something like funny, you would say, "I love the penguins of the North Pole." You say, "What? There are no penguins in the North Pole.
Mhm. Mhm.
All the penguins are in the
Okay.
South Pole." Right? So, but this
Okay.
would be funny. And there are no penguins in the North Pole, but you can say, "I love penguins, the ones of the North Pole. I love the penguins of the North Pole."
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's a little like ridiculous, but funny, right? This is really, I say something
Mhm.
ridiculous, but it's funny. And I need to use the penguins because they are specific of the North Pole.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Okay, guys, well, let's talk a little bit about a great book that I wanted to show you. Let me show you this really quick. Uh, okay, I'll show you a book that I wanted to show you the other day. In this over here, readings. Uh, okay, let me show it to you in a moment. Uh, it's here. This is a great book, but it's about an experiment that some people did long time ago in the 60s, I believe. And it reflects a funny situation with authority. Let me see. People tend to follow, to obey authority, even when the order is not fair. For example, in this case, the study was conducted with a set of people. It's a research in which some individuals were told to generate a voltage of specific magnitudes, varying magnitudes, First, very low magnitude voltage, then increasingly higher, increasing until a damaging level where the voltage would set the other person in danger of death. So, and they were under orders. This is following the war. So they would say, they would evaluate how much people obey authority, even if the order is not fair. And what do you think of the result of that experiment, Mickey Mitch? What do you think of that experiment, of the result of that experiment?
Mm, yeah, I think that is true because I think that the normally persons tend to obey someone and tend to follow orders,
Okay,
and sometimes we don't analyze the things that we do or the others that we follow. Just we do it.
absolutely, absolutely right. That's a very important conclusion. Very important conclusion. So, do you think, Mitch, that people tend to follow orders even if they are unfair, or if they become unfair? What do you think? Is it that
Tent es como suelen.
tienden a seguir órdenes? ¿Tienden?
Okay. Mm, yes, because well, depends of the company or organization. Because an order is an order, and if you don't follow it, you're gonna get fired. Fired.
Exactly.
Fired.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
if you are in a civil organization, if you are in the military, you get executed, right? People get executed. It's even
Yeah.
worse. What about an experiment in which they hire teachers? Let me see if there is a summary of this experiment. Let me see. Okay, let's read the preface. Preface, and this is a great book. It is a pioneer in the field of social psychology. So let's read it. Can you read the first paragraph, Nikki, please?
Yes, sure. Obedience because of it is very ubiqu- how do you say that, teacher? Ubiquitous,
Ubiquitousness. Ubiquitousness.
ubiquitous, ubiquitousness is
Right.
easily overlooked as a subject of inquiry in social psychology, but without an appreciation of its role in shaping human action, a wide range of significant behavior cannot be understood. For an act carried out under command is psychology, psychologically of a profoundly different character than action that is spontaneous.
Do you think that is true, Mickey? Do you think that if someone gives you a command to do something, anything, your behavior, your psychology, your motivation, your feeling is different than if you did that spontaneously?
Yes,
Can you
yes,
give an
sure.
example? Can you give an example, please? Anything.
Yeah. Um, I'm thinking in one example.
Yes.
Yeah, for example, when our teachers say you need to do this work or you need to do this homework, I think that we do for the question that we need to obey. Obedecer is obey.
Obey, obey.
Obey. Yes. And when we do for ourselves or for like like we say like we see here, spontaneous is different. I think that we act in a different way.
Um, do you think there is a benefit, Mitch, in following orders over acting spontaneously, or there is a benefit in any of them, or it depends on the situation? What do you think about acting under command and acting spontaneously? That's a difficult question to respond, by the way. So, acting on command or acting spontaneously. Spontaneously. That's a long word.
Uh, well, I think acting spontaneously is better if about your own life. Um, you are
Yes.
not ruled by anyone, but anybody. But if you are in an organization, a strict organization, and they or working for a client, you need to follow the order by step by step. Because if you do it well, you can the same thing. You can get fired or have another consequence.
Other consequences, right? Exactly. Like if a person works in the mafia and he disobeys the boss, he gets he gets shot right on the spot. That's a, you know what? That's a nice description. That's a nice distinction that you make when it is better to go on your own, when it's better to follow the orders. Yes, if you are in an organization, it's better to um, act on commands, and if you are on your own, then it's better to act spontaneously. That's a great distinction. Thank you. Let's read number two, please. Mitch, yourself, please.
The person who with inner conviction loads
Loads, yes.
loads standing, killing, and assault may find himself performing these acts with relative ease, with commands by authority, behavior that is unthinkable in an individual who is acting on his own may be execute without
Executed.
hesitation when carried out under orders.
Okay, this very paragraph is has an incredible strength and is an incredible has an incredibly practical application. It's very difficult for an honest person to steal, to kill, or assault any person, right, on his own initiative. But if that is an order from anyone, whatever the act, then it's relatively easy to do it when commanded by authority. For example, let me tell you, let's say something. I'll give you an example. It's a bit primitive, the example, but you would not toss, you would not toss a banana in the street, right? But let's say that someone with authority, your math teacher, your math teacher in a class excursion tells you, hey, that banana is horrible, it's smelling bad, throw it to the street. Normally, would be very easy for a student to just do it because the teacher has authority, even if it's something bad, like throw a banana or the skin of the banana, right? You would not toss a banana skin in the street or to the street, right? But if your math teacher tells you, Mickey, that banana smells horrible, please toss it away, throw it to the street, you would say, yeah, but that's not right, teacher. No, 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 do it because it's putting pressure on you, right? It would be easier that you do it. You would not, probably you will not rebel. I'm sorry, you would not rebel. You wouldn't say, it's hard, it's hard to rebel. That you would say, no, I expose me from the school, but I will not toss the banana. I don't think you would do it. If you don't toss it right away, I will give you a 5 in math. I don't think people would say, okay, give me a 5, but I'm not tossing this banana in the street. Probably you will say, okay, nobody's looking, or I'm under pressure, I'm under coercion, right? I don't know if
Yeah.
you want to follow my example.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yes, true.
Okay. Can you give an example of something that you have done that you're not very happy doing, even if it's legal, it's not something wrong, but you're not happy doing, but you do it because of orders or command, let's say from a teacher, from your gym trainer, probably you want to eat that chocolate bar, but your train teacher tells you, man, Mitch, if you eat that chocolate bar, you will gain 10 grams extra and will be difficult for you, whatever. Do you recall any, not of you necessarily, maybe a classmate, a friend, in a movie that you saw someone do something that is against his will, but following orders? Do something
Um,
against
Mm,
their will, following orders. Do you remember anyone? Classmate movies? Uh, do you
several
recall any?
movies.
um, well, I remember that like a week ago, me and my friends we went to the cinema, and in the cinema, are in this moment exists one movie that's called Halloween, and it's a horror movie. And well, I'm not too fan of the horror movies, but in this case, I need to follow follow them because if I didn't follow them, I were I was in the outside of the, how do you say Sara teacher?
Hall, outside of the hall, of the
Yeah,
hall.
outside of the hall and alone, and I think that is worse.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, okay. Then that is called peer pressure. Peer pressure. That's very, very similar to following orders. Peer pressure is the pressure that the group exerts in all and every one of the individuals, every one of the individuals, in every behavior. So an excellent example, Mickey, excellent, fabulous example that
Mhm.
you and Mitch are placing on the individual, right? Peer pressure. That's why people do lots of good things and also lots of not so very good things, right? Let's
Hmm.
start a business. Okay, you start a business, right? Let's collect medicines. Let's collect medicines. You say personally, I say collecting medicines. What are you saying? It's tiring. What is the purpose? But if there is peer pressure, let's like with the Jesuits, right? Let's take some blankets to the poor colonies of Irapuato. So you do lots of positive things. Unfortunately, there is also a downside of this, right? People can tell you, okay, let's give it a smoke, right? Let's give it a smoke. Let's give it a smoke. Or even worse things, right? Let's rob a bank. Or let's do whatever. Peer pressure, you are behaving under the authority of the group in this case. It can be the authority of one person, your boss, your teacher, your even a parent, right? Normally, parents, well, like for example, in my family, when my when my mom got upset with for a typical case, the fights between the mother and the daughter-in-law, right? These are classical examples, right? Daughter-in-law. Or, for example, my that happens in all the families. There is my grandma forbid my dad to talk to his paternal grandma, grandma, right? Grandma, that is ma, my grandma, that is my dad's mother forbid my dad to talk to his paternal grandma. Why? Because they had an argument 20 years ago. He put the tongue out like,
Hmm.
it became a war. So it's a lot of pressure if you're if it's something even bad, because let's say that the family on your paternal side are very brilliant or very intelligent or very wealthy or very, and they could give you a lot of social opportunities, but because my dad's mom said to him, don't talk to them, he didn't have access to all those opportunities, social encounters, many types of opportunities. So even if it is something bad, people tend to obey. Even if you say, well, but I have a great relationship with them. They are great people. I like them a lot. Well, what I want to illustrate is that it doesn't have to be something good, even if it's something bad. If there is pressure, people tend to obey authorities, even if they become unfair. This is the conclusion of this book, which was written, let's see, when was it written? It was written in the 60s. Let me see if it shows here. Oh, here. Look at the last paragraph, Mickey. Can you read the last paragraph, or Mitch?
Yes, sure. Um, could you scroll down?
Yes. Gracias, Cheli.
Yes, thank you. The research was supported by two grants from the National Science Foundation. Exploratory studies carried out in 1960 were aided by a small grant from the Higgins Fund of Yale University. Huggins, how do you say this, sir?
Guggenheim.
Guggenheim Fellowship in 1972-75
Yes.
gave me a year in Paris, away from academic duties that allowed me to complete the book.
Okay. So look at the last paragraph, Mitch. Can you read the last paragraph, Mitch?
Yeah. My wife Sasha has been with these experiments from the start. Her abiding inside and understanding count a great deal. In a final month, it came down to just the two of us working in our apartment on the Rue de Remusa adjointly, jointly dedicated to us. That is now with such a sympathetic help complete.
Okay. So this is a very interesting book. It was written in the 60s, concluded in 73. It became a masterpiece for many social experiments. As you will eventually notice, the Americans, the citizens of the US, do a lot of social experiments, lots of social experiments. That's why they become with these many novelties, technological novelties, because they like how the society behaves in a different settings. So, um, uh, when is our next session, Mickey, Mitch?
Mm,
Um,
I think that is tomorrow or Friday.
uh,
What is
I'm
better
not
for you
sure.
guys? For me, it's actually the same. Actually, if it's Friday, it's great too. This week, of course, and maybe the next one we change, but don't worry. What do you think,
Uh,
Mitch?
for you, teacher, is better on Friday?
Probably,
Friday.
probably on Friday, right? Okay. So Friday, what time? Like 1:32 or later or sooner?
Let
When
me
do you
check
end
my.
classes, Mickey? I end on 1:10.
Mm, I think that I'm searching my schedule. Um, 1:30, teacher, please.
1:30 on Friday. Is that good with
1:30.
you,
Yes.
Mitch?
It's okay. Hmm?
Friday. Okay, so listen, guys, if you have an opportunity to glance through this book, go through it. Don't read it, of course, it's 116 pages. But if you have an opportunity and obtain some conclusions about this book, if you have time, just scroll through the book. Scroll through the book, go through it, through some of the experiments, or look for a summary of the book.
Okay.
But please, it's an interesting topic because it's social psychology, which is I find quite interesting. Do you
Okay,
think of that?
teacher. Yes.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
Mitch? Okay.
Okay. Yes.
All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful day. Take care. Say hello to your
Thank you very much,
family.
sir.
See
You
you
as well.
Friday. Take
Thank you.
Thank
care.
you so much, teacher, for your time in the class.
Thank you, Mitch.
Bye
Goodbye.
bye.
Bye bye.
See you.
Bye.